Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the AnythingOU Podcast. This is our Sooner summary. Man, we had a lot of stuff go on today that we'll get into in this video. But as always, I'm your host, Christian Williams. You might notice a familiar face, Mr. Drew England to my left. Drew, how you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Good. Hey, but before we get into this video, we got to tell you about our sponsor at www.hornsdownshop.com. If you want to pick up any of your cool OU gear that you cannot get on Campus Corner or anywhere else, and you also want to support our boy Deshaun White, you can do so at the first link in the description below, and you can even support us too. We really appreciate if you guys go stop by, and let's get in the video. Welcome back, everybody, to our Sooner summary. And I got to start this off by saying, whoa.
Christian, what are you talking about? Whoa. What happened?
Pretty much the best softball game in tournament history. If you guys did not get to see it or watch it or have not seen the score yet, by the time you're watching this video, Oklahoma softball team today on Sunday beat Texas A&M softball team 20-0.
Yep.
And
that's one game, folks. That's just in one game. Five innings.
Just in one game. And that particular dominance against A&M kind of felt a little familiar. If you're around my age, and especially if you're around Drew's age, that crazy deficit will be somewhat familiar to you. If I threw it a 77-0, maybe that would get your attention.
That was way back in 2003, so I remember that one really good. So, yeah, Tyler McComas threw out a tweet today. I was dying. I was like, yeah, because the score of the softball game right now.
Yeah, that softball. So we had pretty much everybody pitch except for Jordy. Not really sure what's going on with Jordy. Patty hasn't really said anything besides that if we need Jordy, we will use her. And if we don't need her, we'll let her heal. And nobody really knows what's going on with her right now. So hopefully she gets better. I'd like to see the best freshman in the country to go out and pitch in the Natty game if we make it. And that is a small if. We were most likely going to get there the way that it looked today. You beat any team 20-0 in a tournament, you get to say that you were a dominant team.
Well, I think talking about the Jordy Ball situation, I think it couldn't have worked out any better for us in this regional. It's just like we planned it pretty much. 3 games. Shut it down. We didn't really need her, like you said, and I think that gives her just more time to rest and recoup and stuff like that. And so, maybe we'll see her in the Super Regional. Looks like UCF may be the opponent. I know they're up as we're recording this right now, and I think Michigan has to beat them twice to move on. So it's looking like the Knights are coming to Norman next weekend, but we'll see what happens. But I think after yesterday, a lot of people were like, "Oh, 3-2," and I think we were kind of pissed that we let some things kind of linger yesterday and came out today and got it done. We'll say.
I mean, pretty much the only stat that you need to know all game long today against the softball team was A&M had 2 hits and 4 errors. It's pretty much all they did. And they showed up, at least. They were there. And that's not a knock.
They participated.
Yeah, that's I don't want to knock off A&M. I mean, you want to respect the people you play, but when you talk trash about Patty, she's gonna bring it the following day.
Throw a little shade our way, and you get what's coming to you. So
yeah, and they most certainly got what they deserved. That is for sure. So I'd been saying it all season long, said it before the season started. It is OU softball, and then it's everybody else. And
that definitely still holds true, even with Jordy Ball's situation. I think we've still got, as you can see today, our lineup is from top to bottom is hard to beat. So
I mean, like, it's nice to have we had her on for an interview, but it's nice to have a pitcher that's having one of the greatest seasons you could have hoped for, and pretty statistics wise, she's having one of the greater seasons as a pitcher in softball.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, so it's dude, like
all you can hope for.
Yeah, there you see. I mean, I had to throw that out there, but no, like she is playing really, really, really
She's
good.
doing the job. Yeah. Nicole May today. I know we scored a lot of runs, but the last couple of days, she's really, and I think a lot of people criticized her a little bit this year and, whatever, whatnot. But I mean, she's our most experienced pitcher, as far as a Sooner uniform goes.
Yeah.
And you have to give her that kind of credit. She has postseason experience. She had some lockdown games last year in the tournament, and it looks like she's returning to form, So that's always a good thing for us, especially you never know what, like I said, again, Jordy's situation, but having Nicole May strong, that just makes it even tougher to beat us.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you want Jordy out there, but to have two pitchers easily back her up, like I was worried about it when Jordy didn't show up in that first game, and there was hints that she got injured or whatever the case is in the OSU game. I was like, man, like, because that's all this year has been is Jordy's balled out, and we've just balled out. It's like, oh, like this is different, but we've responded crazy well. So I'm not nervous about our team at all right now. But man, what else do we have going on? We got OU tennis, I think, right? So
yeah, I think they're playing for a national championship
against Texas. So little Red River rivalry in the Natty. I believe that is tonight, and as we've said previously, we're recording this on Sunday, around Sunday afternoon, so we don't have that outcome for you guys. But be sure to tune in, because if you want a reason to go tweet or whatever and talk trash about Texas, if we win, today would be the day to do so, no matter the sport. So you always want to throw up that horns down whenever you can. So, and I know we got, baseball.
Yes, I mean, we just keep winning series. I know we dropped one to Tech, but I mean, took the first two, and for a team that was picked to finish towards the bottom of the conference, getting a 3 seed going into the Big 12 tournament next weekend in Arlington, playing West Virginia. I mean, we're playing well. Skip Johnson is doing a great job with this team, and we're coming in hot. And I think, who knows what we can do. We might find ourselves winning a Big 12 tournament. But, I mean, I love the way this team's playing, pitching well, hitting. So,
yeah, baseball team is doing really, really well. I got to catch a couple of innings against Texas Tech, and it looks like not all of, but a lot of the issues that have been picked up on over the course of the season are kind of getting cleaned up. And we talked about it a couple of months ago, but one of my points was, as long as I can see consistent improvement, that's the thing that I'm going to be happy about the most. If you throw on a Big 12 championship or anything, whatever, if you have the chance to go far into the tournament, like whatever the case may be. But that was my biggest thing, was just, I want to see this program constantly increase in improvement, and they've done so. They haven't really took a step back. So it's been fun to watch. But that Texas Tech series, from what I got to catch, that was exciting. And I'm not even a baseball guy, so it was a fun
and
one.
then how about our men's golf team winning the Norman Regional last weekend?
Hey, I mean,
they're playing the NCAAs in Arizona at Greyhawk. That's be coming up soon. I mean, they're continuing their dominance as the number one team in the country. So,
well, what a great time for the state of Oklahoma for golf right now, right? You got that going on, and as well the PGA is in Tulsa the last couple of days. So it's like, what a great time to be a golf fan if you live in the state of Oklahoma, and especially if you live in Tulsa or around Tulsa, to where you were able to go watch Tiger hit in the PGA. I know, Drew, you got to. So
yeah, it was quite an experience. I mean, I've got to see him a couple times, but this is probably the closest I've been to him. I mean, he came up pretty close to us on a couple shots, and then obviously him withdrawing. I think he was just the amazing thing is the way he's been able to do it, with his condition and making the cut again at a major this year. I know he withdrew, but dude, I love seeing those guys, and then obviously Abraham Answer playing well, OU guy. He'll be he's in the mix this afternoon right now. I don't know if he'll get to the top, but he'll find himself maybe a top 15 finish for Abe. And It's good. Yeah. And great crowds, great people out there supporting golf, and a lot of Sooner fans out there this weekend.
Yeah.
So
The amount of Sooner I've watched the PGA a little bit this weekend on TV. Obviously, I'm not in Tulsa. I'm not spoiled like you are for this one, but the amount of Sooner fans that were noticeably there, just whether they were Sooner t-shirts, Sooner polos, or whatever, was astounding. It was really funny to see because you saw a lot of red and not a lot of orange for OSU. It was like, oh, we show up everywhere, and so it's fun. I know even here in Albuquerque, every once in a while I have a OU sticker on the back of my car, and every once in a while I'll get a honk, and that car will pull up next to me, and they'll throw up a one, and I'll throw up a one, and be like, man, like Student Nation is literally everywhere. Like it is crazy.
Yeah,
but
good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, hey, and I know that a lot of crazy stuff for the students. I don't think we mentioned it last week on the Sooner Summary, but finals happened. I know I had to help my girlfriend personally study for finals a little bit. It's a pretty stressful time, but everyone's back at summer. And from what I've gotten to see from the people that I know that go to OU, they're having a lot of fun. So the football team, I'm excited. We've said it enough. This team's going to be special.
It's officially summertime, and I think they got a couple days off here, and then it's back to work with Smitty, and then into the fall. Man, I couldn't be more excited about.
I cannot wait for September for two reasons: college football, and my birthday. So it's exciting. But dude, I mean, it's just we've talked about it before, but across all sports and just the university as a whole, we're getting better all the way around. Like there wasn't that much you didn't used to get, and I know I didn't. I can speak for me personally. 5 years ago, I never looked at Oklahoma tennis, never really looked at anything like that. And now it's like, man, we are literally killing it in almost everything. Like, what can we not do at this point? Like, you throw us in water polo, I'm sure we'll figure out a way to be good at that too, because it's just there's only one Oklahoma, and there's only one university out there that just does stuff to a standard of doing it well and doing it great. And it's cool to see. I
think this is one of the years that I can remember just across the board athletically, our sports excelling. Like, from fall to spring, I mean, we've done well this year.
Well, even to go on top of that, you throw in the basketball program for a first year head coach, Porter Moser, and the women's team. It's just we
and they're only going to get better.
Yeah. So let them recruit, let them get some people that can be there a little bit longer, buy into what they're trying to do. Our basketball program is going to be up there. We're consistently making the tournament. We're getting there. We're working up those building blocks of getting where we want to be.
Sure. A lot of renovations, a lot of new things popping up. Facilities. I know Love's Field is getting ready to start, softball and all that. So it's what a time to be a Sooner. So
no, for real. Hey, but that's everything that I have. Drew, you got anything you want to add on? Leave the people, the great Sooner Nation with?
No, hey, check out that tennis match tonight. Hopefully we can bring home that title against Texas. That'll make it even sweeter, like a double whammy. So but yeah, cheer on that tennis team. If you can't watch it, follow the tweets on go follow women's tennis on Twitter, Instagram, wherever you do, and share them on. And hopefully this is a start of a few national championships here in the spring. So,
hey, 100%. That's been pretty much everything. But I want to throw in one thing before we end this off. Sooner Nation, if you could do us a big favor, 56% of you that watch our videos are not subscribed. We'd really appreciate it if you guys like our content. Click on that button. You don't even have to do notifications, but it really helps us out, lets us know that we're doing what y'all want and we're keeping y'all entertained. And that's the most important thing for us, is just knowing that y'all like what we put out there. So we'd really appreciate it if you guys will click that button down below and
leave us some comments. Let us know what you want to see. Feedback, we always take it, and we always try to give the people what they want. So we'd love for you to do that.
Any feedback, Sooner Nation, that we get, we as a team consult on and try to figure out a way to lump it in there and talk about whatever y'all want us to talk about. Especially we get a lot of Twitter DMs and stuff that people want us to kind of touch on, and whether it's in a Twitter space or on the podcast, and we'll talk about it. We'll go through it, but I can promise you we'll most likely get to it. So
Yeah, we take it to heart for sure.
we do. We love entertaining you guys. So yeah, that's been it. Love you guys. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Anything OU podcast. This is our Sooner summary. Man, we had a lot of stuff go on today that we'll get into in this video. But as always, I'm your host, Christian Williams. You might notice a familiar face, Mr. Drew England to my left. Drew, how you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Good. Hey, but before we get into this video, we got to tell you about our sponsor at www.hornsdownshop.com. If you want to pick up any of your cool OU gear that you cannot get on Campus Corner or anywhere else, and you also want to support our boy Deshaun White, you can do so at the first link in the description below, and you can even support us too. We really appreciate if you guys go stop by, and let's get in the video.